Maintenance. This is the one that Fuka mentioned. Okay. You evaluate the condition before you do anything.
Inspection. Okay.
So that's where the inspection comes in. It is data driven for suitable for critical and complex equipment. Perform maintenance on basis of predicted defects. Okay. Comparison static specific point in time means you have a set of logs. Okay, the logs are recording certain things as part of the operation. So take what's the most common one? Generators. It was bought, commissioned, everything is working fine. You have a log that says every day by 6 a.m. take the temperature, take the oil pressure, take the water level, take the kilowatt reading, take the, you're just recording those hour run. You're recording those regularly. Take the same the vibration level. All of those have been recorded every day. Now, at some point, you will see it going out of parameters. Take temperature, for example, or vibration. It's going out of range gradually. Okay, it's 27.5. 27.7, 27.8, 27.95. You understand? Now, so what, at some point you just come and say, let's map this temperature based on what I've seen for the last 2 weeks. It will get to 30 degrees in a week. And the manual already says that this generator can operate between 25 and 29 or 27. So in 2 weeks, the generator will break down. You can write that down into the scripture.
Will break down.
Yes, because you are not saying it may anymore. You can say it will because you have seen the trend. Vibration, tracking. Then for those who do oil testing as part of predictive, we'll look at some of the mechanisms for doing predictive. You can actually say this is what is going to happen with this equipment. And then even after you have taken those conditions together, you now decide on what to do. The condition may just be change oil, not change coolant. You understand? It could be wash radiator and change coolant. So you are taking specific action as a maintenance action, not servicing. You see, I want us to take that out of our vocabulary. Take that word servicing out of our vocabulary. Take it out of our contracts. Take it out of our spending. Take it out of our budget. Take it out of everything we do. Because there's nothing like servicing. What do they do when they service this thing? They clean it.
Yes, clean it.
So just write cleaning indoor, cleaning outdoor. Finish.
Yeah, not be specific.
If it's the generator, clean radiator. Check, list all the checks.
Yeah.
Replace filter, list it. That's what you came to do.
Yeah, absolutely right. Because sometimes when the gen breaks down, didn't they just service the generator last week?
And you're wondering, what happened?
Exactly. It's because the servicing did not say
what they're going to do.
Yeah, servicing they are saying that.
So the man comes in there, takes out a certain filter. He actually checked the filter and it's either he can reuse it, nobody's watching, and he puts it back.
Yes.
He will just walk around, play around the thing, and put a new sticker. Signed, serviced.
I'm going to sell the one they gave you.
You understand? At the end of the day, you will see somebody serviced your gen. If I actually open that generator, I should see a new filter. I should see a new oil filter. I should see all of those things that were actually changed because the list told me they were changed. You know, sometimes you confront some servicing guys and they will say, "Hey, we serviced it." You say, "What did you change?" "I didn't change anything. I just serviced it." I will charge. I didn't say I changed it. Can't you look at my? It's just service and service. He's telling you the truth. Okay. So types, sensors. This is what gives you temperatures, vibration, and all those kind of checks you see on it. Meters, videos, having actual cameras in facilities. Algorithms. These are softwares actually that help you to analyze certain data. Acoustic analysis. The level of noise is now generating. Sonic. This is about this is more about light. Infrared monitoring and analysis. This is where you actually use IR cameras to take thermal imaging, and you take all of those analyses and you are doing predictive.
Now that's for what kind of equipment? Just gens?
Not just kind. DBs, bus bars and control rooms, elevator panels, pump rooms, setting pumps. You know, there are some pumps like fire hydrant pumps. You don't want to go opening it up because you want to service it. Every now and then, just check, take setting. It has this little dial there. Note the pressure, note this, note that. That's all you need. As you keep recording it, you are knowing the state of that equipment. If it goes into a certain range that is red, on that, this thing needs to be dealt with. Even if it's not yet red, and you've seen the way it dropped from a certain level, it's going tending towards that direction of going into the red range, then you want to do something about it. Okay.
Well, the cost of maintenance, the corrective is very high. What you can see here.
You know why? Because corrective in most cases, you let it die. It's replacement. Either major components, you understand, or the entire equipment. That's what corrective is. That's why it's high. Okay. So predictive saves money on preventive. You know, this is where we mostly sit. The best of us sit here. It is effective, but it's a lazy approach. You know why? All of these things take a lot of technical and high-level discipline. If you have FMs that are not field-based and technicians feel this log, these technicians can sit in their office and feel the log.
Yes.
It will be within range and the gen will knock.
It's true. We talk about AC.
Everything is right. They just record everything right. And they do it every day.
So what do you do to prevent that?
You get it.
To do this, you have to have highly trained, very technical people to handle data gathering. And then you must be up on your feet to ensure that you validate those daily. So the log has come in at 9:30. You go back to verify. Because the variation will not be too high. Okay, say it has been 27.2 for 3 days, right? And you got there, it was 29. So even this month was 27.2. How did it get from 27.2 to 29 in an hour? It's obvious that there's no integrity in the reports you are holding. So the FM must be up on its game to use predictive. Because you want to save money, you have to watch your back a lot.
I don't trust anybody, but you have to.
You have to just watch your back a lot. Otherwise, they can put you into serious trouble. So that's for planning and scheduling of corrective maintenance. So the machine is still working, everything is going on well, but you are looking ahead. Prevent unplanned failure of equipment, no sudden. In fact, in predictive, you have less sudden failures because you know when it will fail. Reduce maintenance costs drastically, improve maintenance planning, you actually schedule what needs to be done, increase system availability. Because you see, when you're maintaining that trend of any of the key parameter trends, you know how much time you have to act. So if you're in an organization where you need 2 weeks to get approval from the CFO and you need 1 week to get approval from the COO, you understand? You figured all that in. So in your portion of time, you know when to start your action for the action that needs to take place in time for you to get the resources to deal with what you need to do. So it's and then also increase system availability. Availability and reliability. Availability because you are not coming to maintain often. Shutting down time to maintain is reduced. Okay? Performed while equipment is in service, eliminates to reduce service disruption, allows for early detection of problems.
Okay, now, so for this now, how do you, for this is what needs to be done, right? So how do you ensure this is being done by the site manager?
Okay.
Like, if, in the head office, what do you you know, the FM is supposed to do all this. So how do you make sure that they're, obviously you can't go all over the
You will design the logs.
Okay. But you know, you just told me that some people can sit down and start.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You design the logs. Keep the log to the FM, to be responsible for. The FM can decide to have a technician fill the log, but the FM needs to check those logs. Now, in addition to that, what my experience is, we'll have to have either a operations head or a quality manager from the head office, whose job is to spot check.
Okay.
Reports came in last week.
Okay.
Reports came in last week. I've reviewed all the reports, done my analysis, and I've checked 5 out of 8 sites this week to validate those reports. This is what happens in most organizations. If people know that you're going to check on them, the likelihood of them doing the right thing is higher. Don't allow anybody to think you trust the report he's giving you. So you say, it's trust. We are a team, so we trust ourselves. You think report, I trust him now. If you even give him that impression, you have destroyed the team. Let him know that you don't trust him, and it's not your fault. It's our job. You submitted your report. Our process says that I will validate this report. And the process did not just say that, I actually do random validation. So if I validate this guy this time, I will not come to his place, maybe for another 2, 3 weeks. There's no pattern to it. It's according to how I look at the reports, I decide where to go validate. Now, the thing that the outcome of this is often a very drastic action. If you catch one integrity issue, the termination should be instant. Like, pack your things, leave now, you're on suspension until you finish investigation. And honestly, the investigation is to find a replacement. The entire organization knows that our quality cannot be tampered with, because this is the action. And especially when you have a promising star, he's so good at his job, he's so everything, he has a good character, and you catch him with one of these, he was just lazy, distracted. I mean, don't have a bending approach to it. I'm sorry. The policy says I will check, and there's no second chance. Because you are managing an equipment that is 70 million. You are managing for us a contract that is 3 million a year as our own. You are putting us on a liability line of 70 million. I mean, what sentiment can I play in that kind of analysis? There's none. Find another job, I'm sorry.
What I actually do with my team, maybe I can share with you. What I try to do is make them owners, let me put it this way, stakeholders. Make them stakeholders so that they buy into this and know why we're doing it.
Exactly.
And then there's this responsibility weight.
Yes. Hearts and minds. You get to them where it's really soft. From there they take ownership. And then they begin to give you the right results. Even at that, with all the love, you will still do your job. Make them understand what your job is. My job requires that I will still check what you guys are doing.
Yes. I don't let them know when I'm coming to check.
Exactly. No planning for that.
No planning.
No planning for that.
I work with guys. Oh my God.
So I believe that the advantages and disadvantages are pretty much straightforward. One major disadvantage is the high startup cost. Putting up those inventories, logs, actually enforcing quality of those reporting, having the tools to do them. For example, oil test, thermography. You know, there are things that most people don't think about buying. And you cannot have
tools already.
Yeah, they are. Those testing kits are very expensive. And then maintaining them to ensure that they don't break down, because they themselves can be a problem to you because they're expensive and they fail.
They're in the right hands.
They're in the right hands. You understand? So the startup cost is very high. Okay. So that's the major disadvantage. So if you are ready to do front-end loading, Predictive is your best bet, because you're going to save 80% of your maintenance cost.